Hey, welcome to another episode of Sleazy Sports. And today I'm joined by Shanga Mike. What's happening, homie?
How's it, bro? How you doing?
I know, I can't complain. I'm good, when I?
I'm good. Can't complain, bro. I'm sure you're
Yeah, I know.
excited that your team won, eh?
I know, I'm sure you were so excited that your team won as well. I
Yeah.
mean,
Prove the
yeah,
naysayers wrong.
yeah, dog. I mean, it's good to prove people wrong, especially those that
Jeez, like
doubt.
even the kid came out.
Um, well, hey man, the people need to know, dog, that yeah. Yeah, man. I had to summon as well, guys. It's hot, so this thing cools you
Wow.
down.
If
It absorbs sweat.
nah, nah.
Yeah,
You, you
it's
could
good
you could have
for
you could have
protein.
you could have won a thingy a basketball shirt. You could have won a vest, but you had to bring out
No,
the
those are in the washer. They're currently, getting washed up and everything in Jaya.
ah.
But yeah, you guys good though? When you good, you good. I asked Mike, when are you good, CJ? He said,
Yeah, ish, I'm good. It's that
mm,
it's audit season, my guy. So I don't know
hey,
if I'm coming or going. I don't know even what time of the day it is. Like yeah, half the time.
oh,
And
hey, she's
reporter go hiding. Oh, yo,
yeah,
I didn't realize that we love.
yeah,
Yeah, man. Yeah, all good, all good. But yeah,
yeah,
it's that time of the year.
yeah. I know, don't stress, man. Harding likes you, so for the mere fact that you're in his good books, you got this, dog. You got this. You got
Alright.
this. Yeah. And so yeah, gents. Okay, of course, this week's fixtures were very interesting. I mean, we all won. I mean, except for City and Liverpool. Um, can we just start off with the Liverpool game first? Like, guys, I don't know what's up with Liverpool, but they're struggling to break down teams that sit back. They pretty much are going through what our teams are going through because I feel like that's where our weaknesses is that when teams play a low block, it becomes difficult for us to actually break them down and score. So I'll start with you, CK. I'm not sure if you watched the game.
I did. The weirdest thing ever. I think beginning of the season I'd said Liverpool is going to miss money, but I didn't realize that they were going to miss money that much.
Yeah.
Um, Umania Span. And I think also the two kids that are brought into the middle of the park. Um, they they're not ready for prime time as yet. They're decent
Mm.
kids. Like Elliot, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Elliot is a star. That
Yeah.
boy is a star. The other kid, I'm not quite sure. We Fulham last season. I'm
Yeah.
not sure yet. But I think they're not ready for prime time. And also, there's just too many things that are happening or that have happened in Liverpool,
Yeah.
where the spine of the team or the first 11 is a bit disrupted. I
Mm.
mean, Milner is getting on. I think Ushivar mentioned it. Yeah, you can see that he's getting very slow. And Henderson is terrible. I think Henderson is swapped. No Maguire. It's like, yeah, he is. He's terrible. And
Yeah.
then up front, you've got a kid who's trying to prove himself. The new signing, because I think the minute that he came for big money, he was then compared to a Haaland. Haaland is just smooth,
Oh,
and he doesn't
I know.
force it.
Mm.
But the kid he's got some decent moves in him because there's that shot that save. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was I'd counted that in. I was like, yeah, that's a definite goal. But
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot going on with Liverpool. And can it get worse?
I hope so. I hope it gets worse for them. Like, yeah, they must suffer, dog. They must feel the pain because now South, I just feel like they're struggling to break down low blocks. And I mean, last season there was a period where there was no Mane, no Salah, and they were still getting W's. This season
Yeah, about
now
Jota,
there's
stepped
excuses.
up.
Yeah, remember last season there were no excuses. People were like, "Yeah, we still get W's without our two main men. This season now there's excuses. Goguti, there's injuries. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. I don't know how long this will last. I mean, this is still the beginning, guys. At the end of the day, we're 6 games in, you know. There's still a lot of football that needs to take
No,
place.
but like you don't want the gap to be that in as much as we're 6 games in, you don't
Yeah.
want the gap to be that much going up against a side like City. Where come end of the season, you are complaining about like, oh, you lose the title over a point. And
Yeah.
a point corner could have been the point that you gave away against Fulham, could have been the point you gave away at the Merseyside derby. It could have been, yeah. So it adds up. And I think the more they draw and the more they don't collect maximum points, it adds up. It mounts the pressure.
I know that's true. That's true. That's true. Mike, when did you check the game or?
No, I watched the game. No, dude, Liverpool were lucky to actually get away with the point. They also lucky with that not getting a red card. You know, that tack on Onana.
Yeah. That was and if VAR, why didn't it step in?
You see VAR in England, guys. Hey. Anyway. Yeah.
So look, I mean, they had a couple of good chances. That guy Mopai or something like that.
Yeah.
It is that sitter that he missed.
He's
a cow.
He shouldn't be French, dog. I don't know how he's a footballer, dog.
Like, he had a chance, and it's like, dude, how, dude?
And there was the chance
to score goals. And then I think like people were like, you know what? Brighton wasn't the problem in terms of what's the guy? I don't know how to pronounce his name properly, but Mopai not scoring goals. It's actually him. He's the problem. Like there was a chance where it's like, you should have bagged it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the one that he passed to the keeper? That one chance that everyone is speaking about.
Yeah. But other than that, I think Onana looked great for some reason. I think he started off shaky.
Yeah.
Against Liverpool, he played a good game. I will be in midfield. He was doing the things also. So I guess, maybe there's a light at the end of the tunnel for Liverpool. For Everton. So because I think they kind of deserve to win that game.
Yeah. And as well, man, even who's this? Idris Gay.
Yeah,
he's back.
There's a lot of runners in the Everton midfield because Onana is also a runner, you know. So I feel like that helps a lot as well on their.
But their wings are not as strong as they'd like them to be. You've got Gray on the one side, you've got Gordon on the other side. Gordon is an unproven entity. He's got talent, but you can't pinpoint what is he going to come right. Is he going to be a Traore? Is he going to be a Maximilian now? There's still a huge question mark, but there's a player there. It's just a matter of getting him to be level-headed and he needs to score more goals. Gray, that kid that they got back from the Bundesliga, I think he got caught up in his own hype, and in as much as he's trying to get back, it's very difficult for him to get back to the Leicester City Gray.
Yeah. No, that's true. Yeah, no, Gray. He's hot and cold, bro. Actually, of late, he's cold. But he has glimpses at times, you know, especially when he cuts with his right foot. You know, he's someone who is deadly from range. But yeah, man, I was impressed by Everton's performance. I wouldn't lie. I was surprised. Thank goodness I didn't captain Salah. Really, there I played. I was proud of myself.
Actually, I don't have Salah in my team. But anyway, they might explain why I'm like in the bottom half of the league.
I know. It's just Liverpool this season, guys. For me, they're not convincing for me. You know, it's as if they're still trying to, you know, get the hang of this Premier League season. Maybe preseason, because preseason was short. Maybe that could be a factor. But
also, just I think they a bit too often they are individuals. When they get it right as a team, you see there's like shades of brilliance. Like, there's There's that
9-0.
glue that's missing. There's that glue. I don't know why Femina Kalanga this weekend.
Yeah.
I would have expected him to start. But the manager thought best to bring the kid back because the kid had fire in it to prove a point. But yeah, there's that glue that's missing, and I think that glue is money.
Eish. No, it is what it is, man. Another man's trash is another man's
Another
treasure.
man's
Yeah. They say that, yeah. Get to.
fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, because apparently I
Yeah.
need to eat my humble
Struggle.
pie because I'd said you guys were gonna lose 3-1 and you go and you win 3-1.
Oh, no. It's just we're gonna come to United. Let's go to your team, guys. You know, I think Mike, I called him prematurely. I remember when you guys went a goal down. Who scored? It was Antonio, the bodybuilder. And that guy,
Yeah.
man. Antonio, the way he plays, guys, like he's effective, I guess. I mean, he is effective, even though he's not my type of baller. But you know, when he scored, I called him Mike. I was like, Mike, dog, what's happening? Mike was laughing. I was like, hey, man, you know, then your team comes and then they score an equalizer, and then who's this guy? Maxwell
Kai.
Cornet comes in, he hits the ball, it hits the upright, and then you guys turn position over, and then King Kai does his thing off the bench, he scores, man. Just want to ask you a question, guys. Was that a foul on thingy on Mendy?
Nah, it wasn't a foul there.
No.
It wasn't a foul.
No,
was
it
a
wasn't.
foul. It wasn't a foul.
It wasn't a foul, but
That's
say
the
support,
thing.
and we don't have a choice but to say it was a foul. But to be
Yeah.
honest, it wasn't a foul.
It wasn't a foul. It wasn't a
Yeah.
foul.
Yeah, I
think
know.
But
we got
Chelsea is
the
playing.
rub of the
Sorry,
green that decision. But rather than that, I think I like that lineup. Like, let's start with the lineup. The lineup was a problem from the get-go.
Which side?
know,
Defense, middle, or up front?
Up front, I think Broja deserves to start. He's got that dog in him, too. He reminds me of a Diego Costa. You know what I mean? Then you're gonna put Gallagher as a cam, Joe. Gallagher is not creative enough, dude. He's a runner.
Yeah.
He's a person that will do well in a counter-attacking team. You know what I mean? He's not gonna have that. He doesn't have that through ball in fit. And
I don't.
I think you should have started with Kai as cam, or even put Pulisic as cam, and then have Broja up front as playing as some sort of like target man.
Yeah, and him also linking up the play, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the issue with Chelsea right now. You guys don't have someone who can link. And nowadays, that's what you need. You need a link man, especially when you're attacking or playing against a team that was trying to stifle you. Like, you see, that's why even with United, when Anthony Martial is not in, we struggle against low blocks because with Martial, when the ball comes in, he's a pivot that, you know, he can easily turn and pass the ball to Sancho or even to Anthony, you know. It's not necessarily about him running behind the defense, you know. So, yeah. Hey, I agree with you with Broja. You guys need to try him out. Yeah.
In as much as we got the 3 points, I don't really feel we deserve it. But anyway, in football, you get what you played for, not what you deserve. We're playing some boring football.
Yeah.
Like it's proper concerning levels of boring. But there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I think, and I keep on saying this, there was a point where Loftus-Cheek, I could see the potential in the kid, and I was like, yeah, he's one for the future. I think he's been given more than enough to play in different positions and find himself, because he seems to enjoy that position where he sits and then Kovacic is up front dictating play. But there was nothing that he was really offering. I don't know whether I'm the only one who's a bit hard on him, in that I personally rated him that he's a decent player. And then
Loftus-Cheek is a good player, Joe. He's just good to infantry. He doesn't pick up his head enough to pass the ball, Joe. That's the problem. It's like, Luana, you've got all the characteristics to be a world-class player.
Yeah.
It's not easy to get the ball off him, but it's like, dude, final ball. That pass, sometimes you hold on to the ball too long, Joe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think
when he's supposed to release it, he doesn't release it. When he's supposed to run with it, he passes it.
I think if he's got the stature, like the way that he's built, he's not like built like your Yaya Toure, but if he could play like a Yaya Toure, where he knows when to distribute the ball and knows when to carry the ball and drive forward, that will make him exceptional and stand out. Pulisic, I don't know whether the injury did something to him, or the spate of injuries. He's not the same player. He's not the same player that came from Bundesliga. He is, that number 10 is heavy on him. I think he needs to maybe change a jersey number. That number 10 is proper heavy.
What number must be? Like 12. The 12 is Loftus-Cheek. Like what number?
If you can pick any number, but like that number 10, number Hazard. When Hazard had the ball, you knew something was going to happen or something was about to happen, and you get excited. Whether he's on the halfway line, ask Arsenal about that, or it doesn't matter where he is. He makes things happen. Umendi, I think Umendi finally bench just a bit. He's getting too relaxed, and he's starting to be like a Van Dijk, where we know he's got this, but he's very slow in his approach of play. And a lot of players have picked that up. My opponents have picked that up on him. So I think maybe this game is thing Champions League, something you know nothing about. X. He needs to chop bench. And then no, I'm stating facts. And I think Kai is coming right. But Broja needs to start at some point.
Yeah, it needs to.
And when I say start, I don't mean like start one game and that's it. He started. He needs to play probably like 3 games. The Man United fans are here and they seem surprised. Good team will take shots. You guys, but it's fun. We'll get to Man United. But yeah, I think Broja needs to play like 3 games. They are
Papa again. Dude, you call out whatever holes you guys have been hiding under, Joanna.
What holes, dog? I've been here, dog. I've been outside. Other guy. I've always been outside.
Arsenal insizile. Nivuke nge-Arsenal.
I mean, we were not the favorites to win that game, bro. I mean, everyone's prediction was Arsenal.
No, but I think when Enumut is on Friday, you were adamant that you were gonna win it. And I put it out there. I said you guys are gonna lose. And in me putting it out there, I realized 15 minutes into the game, Man United. I was like,
I mean, I think as well. Okay, let's move on to this conversation. I know it's gonna be a very long and very entertaining conversation, right? First things first, guys. I did say to you guys that Man United's issue was low block opposition. That's why I said the Leicester game is the game that I feared way more than the Arsenal game, only because I know Arsenal are gonna come at us and they're gonna play a high line. And the moment you play a high line against United, that's one of our strengths. I don't think there's a few teams that can counter as well as we can in the Premier League. We're very good at countering teams. You know, I remember that time where we beat you guys 4-0 and Lampard was your manager. It's that game where you guys were all over us, but we managed to convert 4 chances. You know,
we're just very good
at playing counter. Yeah.
I'll go first. I think your manager. Now there's a change for Chelsea. It's fine. I'll come back to that match. Let's start with the Man United lineup.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I knew Ten Hag would bring change, and the players would be excited for a new manager. But there's certain calls that I didn't think he'd make. Because either fearing the fans' backlash or fearing the media backlash. Benching Maguire. Yo,
That's
that
the
was
best decision.
yeah.
And
I
not
wanted
only
that
the-
one.
Name the other player. See, you must stop leaving out the other player.
Hold
Both of
on.
them.
I'm
them
telling
all.
you, you've got your personal players that you've got to gripe with.
Yeah.
They're your players.
My ops.
I wouldn't have started Rashford up front, but it ended up working for him. Bruno le assist yakhe has saved him from a lot of criticism. Bruno's game, we are there for these days. He whines too much. Like he's not in the game that much. He's always got this and that, and then he pulls that one pass that splits Arsenal into pieces, and Rashford pulls through and scores. So that will save him from the question marks that were raised. Oh, Anthony, that's a baller. We've said this time and time again. He's decent. He's a very, you don't like me using the word decent. He is. I think just keep him level-headed. And also he's unfit. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah.
Sancho, huge question mark. Sancho, this was, I thought, beginning of the season, I had him in my fantasy league for the first 3 games. I said, this is the season where Sancho reintroduces himself to the Man United fans. And if he fails to do that and doesn't come out of his shell, he's going to be a flop. But yeah, McTominay inkomo, but inkomo esebenzayo.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I won't lie to you. That team selection, Sihle, I was questioning it again, but it seems as if United are doing the basics correctly now, especially when we don't have the ball. In the past, when we lose the ball, oh my God, one pass just bypasses everything, and you find that it's a 2-on-1 situation. Off the ball, defensively, we've improved. I'm not saying we're there yet, but we are doing the basics correctly, and that's part of the reasons why right now we aren't as easy to beat as we were in the first 2 fixtures. I think in the first 2 fixtures, Ten Hag was giving Shaw and Maguire a rope to hang themselves with first.
No, Ishaile for those 2.
Yeah.
I think maybe Basel Conference League. Wait, are you in Conference League or Europa?
We're in Europa.
Oh, I don't even know the difference, but yeah, okay. I think those 2, Basel those games.
Yeah, but as well, man, for me, the victory was great in the sense that, of course, we were underdogs. Of course, a lot of people were like, Yazi, United are dead. We're not going to get any result. And we got it. And it was from a tactical standpoint. I mean, Arsenal had the ball, but they didn't cause us any issues. They didn't. Other than that, say, Yara De Gea, that one, where Martinelli headed it. I don't remember De Gea making any saves. Yeah, Mike, were you going to say something?
I think they played to you guys' hand too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They should have stayed back also and allowed you guys to have the ball. Because now they've also got pacey people out wide.
Yeah.
So I think they were too attacking. I think taking Odegaard didn't make sense. When they took Odegaard off, it didn't make sense to me. Even that guy, what's his name? Ben White or something.
Yeah, Benjamin White.
On the side.
He should not be playing right back.
Yeah, he's a centre back.
That guy's got no creativity to him whatsoever, Joe.
None.
He's a centre back.
Nothing, Joe. He doesn't offer anything, Joe, going forward.
It pays maybe. You could argue a pace with Icona, but creative wise, he's not there.
They should be playing
Nice.
Tommy Yasu, Joe.
Yeah, because
Tommy
Tommy
Yasu
House is
is
traditional.
uh He
Traditional,
can
right?
go forward and he can defend. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I think now I was Sambi didn't really have a great game. I think it would have
Yeah.
been a different result if maybe Party was playing CDM yesterday.
Mm, that's what a lot of Arsenal fans say. I mean, I also think there would have been a difference if we had Tony in. I think Tina, our attack is weak. Our attack is not the greatest. I mean, for the mere fact that we scored in a counter, it does not necessarily mean that your attack is fluid. I just think our attack is much better when we have Tony, because at least with Tony, the ball sticks. When you give him the ball, he knows how to retain it and give it to the next man. And that ultimately creates triangles. So for me,
I don't
right
rate
now,
you, Tony Boy.
yeah, I know you
But
don't rate him. I know you don't rate him, but for me, nowadays you need a striker that knows how to link up play. If you can't link up play as a striker, really, we just simply play a low block against you and ensure that we don't give you room to cut from the edge of the box. Once we do that, you're not gonna really cause us any issues. So for me, that's what I can't wait to see. I can't wait for when Tony is fit. Basically, when he's fit, that's when the goals are gonna start coming in.
I can't wait to see Bruno being on the bench and McTominay on the bench also. And you've got Casemiro and his friend Fred. I think it's a more solid defense. Defense in the middle. And then you push Eriksen up front to Bruno benching kancane. And I think CR at some point has to come back. Yeah, I agree with Ugeto on Eriksen. Eriksen is if you give him time, you'll regret it. And that's the unfortunate thing that the Arsenal did. They gave the old man time.
Guys, he's 30 years old. What the fuck? Guys, come on.
Football terms.
Nigga, Modric is 30. How old is Modric? How old is Modric?
So my story is not good enough.
And you know what's crazy? You guys don't say Mane is an old man. You don't say Salah is an old man.
Nah, but like Mane is from Africa. He's that milliman.
Yeah,
Modric is 36.
Listen to that. And what is Modric doing? He's still an elite player. Dog.
No, but I was saying old man because if you look at Arsenal's squad, if you look at Arsenal's squad, what's their average age? I think Arsenal's got the youngest team in the league right now. So they best call Eriksen Grootman.
And then Xhaka, isn't Xhaka also in his 30s? Guys, come on, man. Man. Y'all need to relax with this thing. Eriksen, an old man. Eriksen is still, he's in his prime. I mean, when you're 30, bro, you're in your prime. You can think of all the greats.
Depends on the position. Sam, I agree with you. Scott had a decent game. Scott is a fighter. He takes those yellow cards that no other person wants to take. But the strange part is that he's the one who gives the ball away and has to foul the player to fix his own error, and then gets a yellow, and then everyone cheers for him. Well, he sacrificed himself for a yellow. Meanwhile, he's the one who couldn't control the ball, who lost the ball in the first place.
Yeah, so that's what
he had a decent game. I think he will get fouls.
That's what
but that's what I'm saying. Like, why are you clapping for him on a professional foul? Meanwhile, he's the one who gave the ball away.
Well, he had to, otherwise
because I can't trap.
Yeah, a lot of our midfielders don't know how to trap. Casemiro now yourself. Did you see he gave away the ball there? Now yourself. A lot of our midfielders don't know how to trap the ball, bro. It's only Eriksen who knows how to trap the ball,
I don't know why I slept on Eriksen. I don't have him on my fantasy. He's smooth, man. I can safely say, he's my standout player for this game. I know Anthony Rashford got the goals. But yeah, Ericsson, he kept you guys ticking along.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Ishai Legacy R.
Yeah.
But
And I feel
you've got him in your
United,
squad. Hey, Ndota, he's how much is he on? Is he on like 400,000 a week?
I mean, you wanted to give him to Chelsea, and you guys didn't want him, dog. Ish.
Yeah, we don't want
Mike was
Yeah.
flying straight to London.
Yeah.
If that happened, Abu Zuto, hey, do you know what you're doing right now?
Nah, but you should have actually had a goal, eh? 0-7.
Yeah,
There's a chance
sure.
there, Fred was dog. Simple through ball.
Yeah,
bro.
this.
You see,
Yeah.
A simple
Did
through
I-
ball, bro. Simple
we
through ball, bro.
we still need midfielders because I recall, Mike, that I was like, dog. Ish.
That time it's on his left foot, if it's his stronger foot.
You see, that was what. You see, if Ericsson had the ball, best believe it was gonna go straight to Sian. It was just gonna be an easy tap in, But of course,
I think right now you've
Yeah.
got two players that can see
yeah,
see play before the play actually happens.
yeah,
In Ericsson and sometimes Bruno if he's focused.
yeah.
Because I wonder the third goal that literally killed Chelsea. Arsenal. That was a beauty of a pass.
Dude. Easy,
Yeah,
simple,
like literally
composed,
Ulfage right in the middle between the keeper and the last defense, and then Rashford
then,
used his space.
Rashford.
And Rashford, he almost missed it, but
Hey,
yeah, he got it right,
dude.
Mr.
I was worried. You see situations like that, bro. You see when a player is one-on-one with the goalkeeper, guys. Did you see Rashford's second goal? I mean, the first goal. Nada, when he was through, I was scared, bro, because there was a deflection. Did you see a slight deflection?
That's the one that took him away from Ramsdale.
Yeah, but you see what I'm saying? Like when a player has time, especially with Rashford, when Rashford has time, he's not like an Ivan Toney. Did you see Tony's third goal, bruh? Tony. You see?
And there's
That's my
talks
sort of
now which
striker.
he should be considered for England. We've been saying Wuti Tony is a better player than some of the strikers in the England squad.
You see, like Tony is a striker that can actually play five-a-side football. He can play one pali, two pali, kasi. He's got that thing. That's what I want my striker to be, bro. We need to be composed and how whenever you've got the ball, bro, you need to be composed and chilled. The penalty, fire. Free kick, fire. And the hat-trick goal, bro, he just showed us, Uti, you know what? Me, I'm not a player. I'm a
you
player
saw the
who
tweet.
plays classy flair, dog. Like, there's no need for me to put power, chip, easy, simple, finish. You know what I mean? I was like, you see this guy? That's a striker that I'd want United to go for. One that can actually link play. He can actually play soccer.
I'm surprised we never even went for him.
Dude.
No, I remember there was talks. There was
Yeah?
there was talks of it. There were Chelsea did
Curry.
query.
Is Aubameyang. I mean, at the exact same time, fit to Chelsea and fit to. The only strikers that have been successful at Chelsea is the ones that got that dog in them.
Yeah.
The ones that are
And
aggressive.
Tony has that.
Babuid and Ten Hag, we believe.
Yeah.
It seems like we believe.
Yeah.
Hey,
Ten Hag, we believe.
what? But you saw just on Tony, you saw the tweet that he put out after the hat trick.
Yeah.
What did
He
he
put
say?
up a tweet to say to everyone. I think it was an F or middle finger to anyone who took him off the fantasy team.
Yeah. I don't. He just said that, you know what, y'all made a mistake, And for me, man, I've always liked Tony the way he plays. Yes, last season he didn't score a lot of goals, but the eye test for me, he passed it as a striker. Whenever he gets the ball,
He's hardworking.
He's hardworking. He's physical. And as well, man, he's good on the ball. He's competent on the ball, right? He's always looking, to find team players and everything. His decision making is also very excellent, man. So for me, I'd like for us to go for him as well, but he's gonna cost a lot now. His price has
his price is gonna
cost.
I think.
Did you check what he put on Twitter? Though?
Yeah, Sittler spoke about that. Nah,
They didn't believe in me, but God did.
What did he say?
They didn't believe in me, but God did. We see you.
Yeah,
I'm calling it. We'll lose against Wolves, Brighton. Ooh, yeah. Brighton is yo.
I,
Brighton,
I, I,
Brighton.
I don't like Brighton.
I thought if Brighton they were gonna get Brendan Rodgers fired this weekend. And he survived. I don't know how, but anyway.
Yeah.
Wolves. You saw what they going for Diego Costa.
Yeah, I saw. Hey, your favorite player, dog.
In the that guy. That's a striker. He knows Zimbo Big that striker. That's the type of striker that we need. Costa.
I see
Diego Costa.
Costa is going to Wolves, and he's got that dog.
Yeah.
In fact. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
In fact, you need to get those guys that are aggressive and fun.
Yeah.
Fighters.
Costa,
Like Broja's got that fighting. Like even Broja's got that fight to him, Joe.
Yeah, same thing with United. That's what we did. The signings that we got are guys that are physical, that aren't passive, and so that mentality is also key, guys. I feel like if you're a scout, you also need to look at a player's psyche. You need to ask them questions.
Too much money is gonna have them relax, like Sancho last season, where he was just too calm. Uguta have arrived, pay for the biggest club in England. I think he needs his fire to be relit. I think all of these players need to look at Dele Alli. Ali, a season ago, 2 seasons ago, he was good.
Up.
Where is he now?
He was And you don't go and for me, I don't believe a player just turns bad overnight, man. There's something that's going on with them.
Like Everton let him go, and Everton let him go. And they were struggling for creative players.
Yeah, dog, it's crazy, man.
But yeah, hey, Madge, what you're saying now, Wolves is always tricky for United.
Yeah, no, they are.
Tony is clinical, but can you score 20 plus goals consistently for 3 seasons? Yeah.
You see, that's the problem.
Give him chances.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. If you've got a creative midfield, like take Chelsea for instance, all these creative midfielders. I think he can pull 20 plus.
Sorry?
Creative midfielders at Chelsea now will be fit.
It's your favorite player.
Creative midfielder now will be. Behave.
I'm gonna say your favorite player. In what's his name? Mount.
Roadrunner. Headless chicken.
But yeah, on that question, I think if Tony was playing for like your, I'm trying to see. But I think anyone in City, they guaranteed. He's got that in him. He just needs his supply. I believe in him.
But another thing, guys, if a striker is in a team, and him being in a team helps the team be fluid, he doesn't necessarily have to score plus 20. Firmino, remember the season when Liverpool won the Champions League? He wasn't Firmino wasn't scoring a lot of goals, but because he was in, he was making everyone else look dope because the fluidity of the team improved because of his link up play.
But
that's why, for me, Ntandi Strikers was one ball and 2 ball.
But it's the same conversation. It's the same conversation same argument we were having. Uguti, everyone now is too focused on our stats and they don't watch the game to actually tell you.
My G.
Oh, yeah, it's okay. I wonder this player is good here. This player, everyone just looks at stats.
Yeah, and yeah.
Had you said Timo Werner is David Khatebe, I would have said, okay, I agree with you. Not to Mount.
Timo Werner is no David Khatebe, dog. Oh, David Khatebe, he had face. And he always looked
at that England flag, Joe. That's what England. I know, guys, proud people. He's one of us. He's one of us.
Yeah.
What do they call them? Problem essentials, Joe.
Yeah.
Essentials.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, match is like Fabinho is a system player. That's why Liverpool is struggling now with change.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
guess I think a lot of players are system players nowadays. We're in the system era, unfortunately. It's not the era of the 2000s where you had ballers. But I remember back in the day, each and every team had a banging, well, had a superstar striker. You know, each and every team had a
Yeah,
striker that
I
could
think
cause.
back in the day, like I wanna
Yeah,
if Ukoga is number 10 or is number
yeah,
9, you are the
dude,
best of the best in that team. And
bro.
literally everything has to go through you. But now all of these new
Now,
players, not but at number
yeah,
10, Rashford would go with number 10,
it's pace and
Pulisic would
power
go with
now.
number 10.
We're in the pace and power era, Mfethu. That's why Flair is dying out, and players like Abo Anthony. Anthony is a rare commodity nowadays. A player that plays with Flair is rare nowadays. Because now it's
I
all
wonder
about.
I wonder Ronaldinho what he says when you watch his games now.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, because in that era, Brazilians had flair, But I think part of the reasons why they're no longer as skillful as they was because a lot of them now play in Europe. Whereas back in the day, a lot of them,
They change. Yeah, a lot of
yeah,
them came to Europe once they are established players. Now they're
exactly,
still breaking into figuring themselves out with what type of players they are. Like
yeah,
Martinelli, Arsenal is going to change him. Okay, Jesus, I think he's older now. He knows that he
yeah,
wants to play in the middle. What?
yeah.
Wolves are tricky for any team. They play good football like Brighton. If Brighton had oil money, yeah, 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 no, yeah.
Yeah, no, Brighton are well
That's
run.
why Yabona, if Wolves get the good Costa, as in the good fighting rugged Costa, he's got goals in him. They
Yeah,
should be good to be like a mid-table team. Because in
yeah,
midfield, yeah, but I don't see anything wrong with it. The wing play it's not as good. They're good at passing to the striker. It's just Abana end product. But if they can
they
get a
go.
striker, they'll be sorted. But
Yeah,
Brighton might lose their manager soon if they're not careful.
yeah.
Because
Because
he
thing,
is
Graham Potter.
he's slowly, consistently just chipping away
No, he is.
and getting points.
No, he is, dog. Like it's crazy. Like Graham Potter, man. I mean, he's really showing us, like if you've got a system, dog, and as well, even with the recruitment, Brighton don't just buy players, dog. You have
So
to actually.
here's a thought for you. England
Yeah.
doesn't do well in the World Cup. Who's their manager? What's his name? That boy that manager.
Ooh, Southgate.
If Southgate doesn't do well in the World Cup, here's a replacement manager for them.
I don't think. I think Graham Potter should stay in club football, bruh. He should stay in club football. He's not at that age where he can go internationally, bro. Have you noticed international coaches are normally coaches who have done it all, dog? Like it's coaches who, like for instance,
He's one English manager that I rate, and he can identify
yeah,
talent.
yeah, no, that's true. I think he's the best English manager because there aren't any dope English managers anyway. I don't think there's an English manager that's won the Premier League title. Yeah, since the inception of the Premier League, I don't think so. Because Ferguson is Scottish, he's not English. Think about it.
Yeah.
It isn't.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
Dalglish is Irish, with Black. Well, who did he win with Dalglish? I think with Blackburn Rovers. Yeah, but dog, there hasn't been, dog. So it says a lot about how these
coming home, lads. It's coming home.
Yeah.
But
do you agree?
Martinelli reminds me of Pick. Ivan, you're drunk now. Martinelli reminds me of Pick Hazard at Chelsea. Pick Hazard at Chelsea is the player. So Pick Hazard at Chelsea, he got the ball in the middle of the park, took on 4 defenders and scored the goal. Martinelli couldn't do that over the weekend.
Yeah. Nah, Martinelli, nah. And then guys, I also wanted to ask you guys, that foul on Eriksen, did you guys think that was a foul?
Soft.
Yeah.
It was
Basically,
soft.
do you think it was a foul?
Me.
I think we are honest, Nkechi, so I think now you need to be honest also in your assessment.
My assessment. Well,
Ati well,
it's soft.
yabona
It's soft, bro.
politicians, wait,
soft.
yabona South African
No, take
politicians.
off your Man United shirt, ne?
No, I said
Take
it's
off your Man
soft.
United lenses
I did
and
say
just
it's
come
soft.
from like a
Like,
neutral perspective and be like,
yeah, it's soft in my opinion. I mean, like,
What does that mean?
when he got dispossessed, if we're not in the VAR era, that would have been a goal because, I mean, he took too long to release that pass. You know, that's just my opinion. Of course, a lot of United fans don't agree with me. A lot of them say that it wasn't a foul. But with me, I just think, I just think
You're struggling,
soft, it's soft, but I won't lie. I'm not gonna act like I didn't want it to get overturned. Shit, man. When I knew when I saw that the ref was gonna go to the screen and view it, I kind of knew. Which, you know what, secret, it's still gonna be goalless because if Chelsea, if Mendy was if Mendy's the guy who challenged, I forgot who it was. Was it I forgot who it was from West Ham. That challenge on Mendy. If that was being the foul,
he kicked him on the thingy, literally brushed him, and then the ref blew it.
Yeah,
but
it was
I think also it just speaks to the block that Arsenal has, because I think once that call was overturned, Arsenal just looked down and they were just they couldn't pick themselves up, and you just like wonder, it's like why are you guys so soft? Because I think in the last couple of games, like especially against Fulham, they came back and they came right, but like against the big boys, they have this block that fight, that one thing that makes them challenge for a top 3.
It was soft, but Max, I did say it was soft.
We gently moved on, Matt. We saw executing.
Yeah, but I said it was soft. That's what I said.
What does that mean?
That I wouldn't deem it a foul because it's soft, bro. It was just an aggressive challenge, bro.
Now you're talking.
It was just an aggressive challenge. But like, hey, man, VAR in the Premier League. I just feel like VAR in the Premier League is not consistent at all, bro. I feel like the rest of the Premier League need to watch Serie A. Watch Champions League.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect anything less from this boy saying it was a foul. It wasn't a foul.
Hey, man.
On that note, did you see the incident with Newcastle, where one of the goals
was ruled out, and they blew before? Wasn't it a Coutinho goal?
No. One was Coutinho goal that was against Man City, and then there was another one against Newcastle when Newcastle scored. But then they reviewed it and they were like, nah, it was a foul on the goalkeeper. But then when you look at it, it's like the player got what the team's name? I think the Crystal player pushed that Newcastle player towards the goalkeeper. So it either needed to be a foul. Yes, it either needed to be a penalty or the goal should have stood.
Yeah.
Nah, if they are and they consistently having bad weekends, like,
guys,
and
did you see even Coutinho's goal, guys?
That's the other thing. I'm like,
it wasn't offside, bro. They were meant. The ref was meant to let it play, but because he blew the whistle, he messed everything up. You see, if Coutinho took a shot and it went in, and then he blew the whistle, then we
can have the conversation. Yeah.
But you see, but it just shows you the ref, like, hey, you don't know how to use it in England, bro.
But I think it's showing also the amount of bad refereeing in the Premier League, because I think also now we're at the point where VAR can't be overturning so many decisions, because the refs look at it as if a decision gets overturned, forget the offside, if it's offside or not, that could be marginal. It could be your elbow is in front, and I'm talking about like the fouls where that wasn't a foul.
That wasn't at all, dog. Like, Nami, I was surprised. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, ganja. That's what came to mind. It's a house, way. doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
I was,
nah,
you
it's
know,
for the refs are from Manchester. Yeah, it's the
yeah.
envelope in the match.
I know, man, but hey, dude, it's just that about ref in the EPL Abashawa. If this was
So wait, who are you
in
playing next?
SA, huh?
Who are you playing next?
I play Palace, dog, at Selhurst Park.
My
That's a tough
favorite,
fixture,
my
bro.
favorite manager.
Yes, it's a tough fixture, bro. Like I'm like teams that about Palace, Nabo Brighton, Nabo Wolves. Yo, hey man, we'll have to see what goes on there because really, with my team, I don't think we are there yet. You know, it's gonna still take
No,
time.
no, no.
That's
You're
the
far
reason
from
why
it.
I'm managing. That's why I'm managing my expectations. Yes, it's 4 wins on the bounce. You know, there's an improvement, but I'm not out here saying that. Yeah, we're gonna win the league or anything like that. Nah, we're gonna win the Europa League. That's what we're gonna win. Yeah, that's what I want. I want that trophy. I want it.
I think
Arsenal doesn't even have that trophy, dog. So I can't flex on Chelsea because Chelsea, you guys have two. We only have one. You know, so you have more Europa leagues than us. You know, so we just need two.
uh,
That's just quite
I
flex because
cannot
it's a
I
two.
cannot wait for tomorrow for the ref because I think our game is one of the first games for the ref to start Champions League.
Yeah,
So we can play proper football.
yeah.
But
Because you guys
also
watch you guys. You guys want to do well in the Champions League. The way Tuchel plays, you guys are suited for knockout football, bro. Yeah, and that's what's gonna keep
this
them
one
in the top.
reminds this one reminds me what FCON refs at 20 minutes on the game. Newcastle, we didn't speak much on it. The Newcastle and Liverpool game, that extra 3 minutes they came out of nowhere. But anyway,
Yeah.
Brendan Rodgers, does he survive another L?
Eh.
I don't see
I,
it happening, eh?
I just don't think the players are playing for him anymore, bruh. I feel like they're not because these guys aren't poor. Like on paper, they're a good side. You know, I just don't think they're playing for him anymore. We're not making top four. We're always there and then we miss out on it. You know, Europa League, we're not doing well. So I just feel like players want change. And that's what's
What
happening now. Because you don't
6 games in, no win, 1 draw, and 5 L's.
it's not good, bro. It's not good.
It's
But you know what's
not.
crazy?
I know we're
But
only 6 games in.
yeah, but you know what's crazy is that even at the bottom, like the league hasn't yet settled. Gosh, you know, even at the top, I mean, we 3 points behind Arsenal, bro. Like, even though we started so poorly, so things haven't yet settled in. Like, you know, it hasn't yet. We haven't
So what? So
seen
they
the
will
top
stay with they
four.
will settle after the 10th game.
I don't know if Rogers. Man, I don't know. Things need to change for him to survive. Will Rogers, you know?
Wait, Rogers might survive because no one will. I think the squad is different. Sorry, no, the squad is
Mm,
decent. There are managers who are willing to take that chance because if
yeah,
they come right and they finish in top 10, it would have been a successful season, given that they are 6 games in without a win. And
yeah,
yeah, there's quite a few managers that will take the chance. They've got a goal scorer in Vardy. Vardy's got goals in him.
yeah.
They have a spoiled player in Madison. They have
Ian Nacho now is another
Ian
one.
Nacho
Every
he
time he
blows
looks
hot and he blows cold.
amazing.
And who's
Yeah,
that Belgium guy? Who's that Belgium guy?
which one?
Fudge. In the middle. Arsenal wanted him.
Oh, thingy Yuri Tillemans.
Tillemans. I think with Tillemans Agekoda.
Yeah, you see, a lot of the players
Yeah.
are not there.
Tillemans ushayisile ndoda, like he's just not there. He's not interested.
No,
I think they blocked the move when Arsenal came for him.
yeah,
And
and as
he was
well.
interested because I don't think he's played Champions League.
Nah,
Oh
nah,
no,
nah.
actually I
He
lied.
did.
He played
He
it.
did for
He played it
Monaco.
after they won it.
What?
After what they won?
Who won?
After they
dog?
won the league.
No. He wasn't there. He wasn't there. Tillemans. Tillemans played it
Oh
for
yeah, he
Monaco.
came after. Yeah, he
He
played.
played it for
Yeah,
Monaco
okay, yeah, he played
and
after.
Anderlecht. He captained even Anderlecht at the age of 18, dog. You know.
Yeah, but
So,
he's not there. Ishayile da. He wants out, and I think I don't know whether he's saving himself for the World Cup, but the World Cup is still like 3 months away. But he's not the same.
yeah. What I don't get what is caking.
It's not a player issue. It's
Yeah.
Match the task.
Maybe.
Oh, money issue.
Oh, it's a money issue. Yeah, because I mean COVID really hit the owners heavily. But still, they've got a very good recruitment policy.
Yeah, I guess they always go France.
Like,
But
even
yeah,
like Fofana. I mean, Fofana was, scouted and yeah. Wow. This is a bold one. We'll survive till Jan, right?
nah. I don't see it.
We'll just
But
have
who,
to
they- but who can they go after that? Because I mean, at the exact same time, you didn't get Rodgers any players. There wasn't an investment into the squad, so you can't expect
Yep.
that. You can't really now come back and you want to sack the coach, and it's like, but you never invested in.
Like this window, they signed one
There's-
player.
Body, he seems like he's also past it a bit.
yeah.
Yeah, dude, and I think if you're gonna revitalize the squad, you need new players to come in to bring in fresh ideas and stuff like that.
Yeah, of course, bro. It's always the case. That recycling model, when you look at your Real Madrids of this world and your Bayern Munichs of this world, these guys are constantly recycling, Imagine with Madrid, so many of their players won so many Champions Leagues, and as an organization, you want to continue winning those Champions Leagues. A player like, for instance, Casemiro has 5. So it's not really that pressing anymore if you've won it 5 times, So you end up, that ambition starts going away. Whereas if you replace these players and you constantly get new players in who have never experienced it before, it kind of still becomes a thing that every season we need to win this tournament. Yeah, well,
True.
that's just.
Are we still saying Spurs is finishing top 4, top 3, or they're buckling it?
Are they gonna win it? They're still finishing in the top 3. I mean, Spurs are also not playing amazing football.
I thought they were in trouble with the Fulham. If Fulham is stepping up, Fulham is rattling some few cages. But they passed that. They passed that test.
Yeah.
We play them
it
next.
was just.
We play them next.
Yeah.
This coming Saturday, we playing them at Fulham.
Or Fulham. We're at Craven.
Yeah, we're playing them at Craven.
Hey, Andres Pereira, Jayam,
Mitrovic, Jayam.
Mitrovic. Oh yeah, and then apparently, what's that guy? Zakaria is fit to play tomorrow.
Hey,
he's traveled, and Aubameyang is also traveling with the squad.
Yeah, I know for cup competitions, like I said, you guys shouldn't stress. And so you reach the knockout phase comfortably. You guys are booked for that.
When is Ofika Ninda?
I'm winning Europa. I told you. I want to win my Europa League, dog.
But I think if Aubameyang gets some game time tomorrow, he should score. And I think if he does score, he's gonna start the weekend.
Yeah.
Because if he comes on, and he comes right, our system changes.
I will see.
Like I said, bench
between Premier League sides and Champions League sides, especially in the group stage.
What do you know about that?
There is a difference. And the tournament, and like I said, you guys are both for tournaments, not necessarily the league. So it's gonna be interesting to see how you guys fare against Fulham. especially with Pereira coming in. You know, Pereira derby. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting for you guys.
Right.
Yeah,
It's a very good. It's a very very good weekend. Let's enjoy it because these weekends, yeah, they don't come around often for some of us.
yeah.
So yeah, let's best enjoy the 3 points. And Champions League this weekend, Thursday night football. Come the weekend, we do it all over again.
No doubt, no doubt, kids. I don't know if you guys want to add anything, but I just feel like we've covered everything that we needed to discuss.
Oh, Anthony, are you getting him on your fantasy side or
No, not
leaving him
yet.
out?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
Not.
All right.
United players, not just only Anthony. United players, not yet, bro. I'm still taking my time in assessing them, bro, because we need to go on I need to see a solid system before I can bring in anyone. You see, for instance, with Man City, a lot of us have Man City players because they actually have a system. You know, Haaland is gonna score, like he's got 10 goals already, guys, with Haaland. But if it, like,
Double numbers, isn't it?
that's ridiculous, bro. It really is. It really is. But watch, Pep is gonna start the roulette now because now Champions League is back, and I know
Yeah, the
Haaland
boys is
yeah,
he's going for Champions League. And
yeah.
also he's not going to the World Cup.
Oh
So
yeah, he's
he's
not. I
sorted.
keep
Yeah,
forgetting.
he's not. So they're sorted.
Then they
Just
sorted,
rest him
man.
for
They good.
December. He comes
Mm.
back rejuvenated, continue from where he left off.
Yeah. No doubt, no doubt. I know, gents. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, switch on your bell notifications. We always shoot on Mondays, you know. We always do previews, no, reviews rather. Thank you so much, gents. Mike, Sihle. This is Easy Sport, and we out. Peace.
Cheers.
Hey, you